So I've nearly got all the problems worked out of the factory FA with my Cyclone mod. I mounted the Cyclone port to the side of the receiver, just behind the valve and in front of the hammer, instead of mounting it underneath through the velocity adjuster. Reason being is that the Cyclone will feed a ball every time the hammer hits the valve, instead of when there's back pressure. The only problem so far is that if I run the breech, or if I pull the trigger on an empty breech, then the hammer will bounce a lot until I catch it, or until it stops itself. So that means is if I run dry on paint and forget to reload it and pull the trigger, everybody knows I'm out of paint. So that's a problem I need to fix. Looking into a few solutions, but for right now, it does cycle. So I'll go ahead and show you that. Semi-auto. Take a look at the breech. Kind of a neat feature of the FA, you can actually see the breech. And I suppose any other Tippmann Pro Light, Pro Carb, you can see the breech as well. But you can see the Cyclone is feeding. It's feeding very well. It even functions perfectly in full auto as long as there's a paintball in the breech and it doesn't bounce. Another thing, the zip tie mod, whatever I showed you in the previous post, I can hold the gun sideways and the paintball still stays enough in the breech that it won't break. So it prevents the paintball from rolling all the way back into the FA or the Cyclone cup, and prevents the FA from chopping a ball in half. But take a look at full auto. Should be running close to empty here, so I'll show you what happens when I actually do run out of paint. Just let this thing rip. See, it spits off in uncontrolled full auto until it catches itself, and I think I actually did mush a ball in that that little episode of uncontrolled full auto. So that's still a problem that needs to be figured out. Stop that. For obvious reasons. I'm thinking either going with a weaker hammer spring so that it comes back all the way and catches on the sear if there's no back pressure, or weakening the valve spring. Not sure on the merits of either yet, but it's something to explore in the future. For right now, it's working pretty well.